Friends, in this lecture we have to discuss dihydric and trihydric alcohols. Alcohols, everybody know that these are the considered as a derivative of alkane in which hydrogen is replaced by OH group. Or sometimes alcohols are also considered as the derivative of water molecule, H2O molecule, in which H is replaced by R. R is alkyl group. Okay, if we from alkane by replacing H by OH we can prepare alcohol theoretically, and we can consider alcohol as a derivative of water by replacing hydrogen by alkyl group. Interesting to see the classification of alcohols. Alcohols are of three types: monohydric, dihydric, trihydric alcohols, and fourth one is a polyhydric alcohol. Monohydric alcohols are further classified depending on the position of the OH group, whether it is attached to primary carbon, secondary carbon or tertiary carbon, into three categories: primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol. Monohydric means having one OH group, dihydric means two OH groups, trihydric, tri means three OH group, poly means more than three OH groups are present. It is called as a polyhydric alcohol. Primary means attached to the OH group attached to the primary carbon, secondary means OH group attached to the secondary carbon, and tertiary means OH group is attached to tertiary carbon. See here, the OH group is attached to the primary carbon. Primary carbon is the carbon which is attached to only one carbon or no carbon. Here see, the OH group is attached to the secondary carbon. The secondary carbon is the carbon which is attached to two other alkyl groups, and the tertiary carbon is the carbon which is attached to three alkyl groups. So depending on the position of OH group to which attached to the carbon, there are three types of monohydric alcohol: primary, secondary and tertiary. Okay, so these are the classification is given in detail here by taking the examples. We will see in fast about this. See, primary alcohol example is CH3CH2OH. This is the primary carbon, ethyl alcohol. Second example is methyl alcohol, CH3OH. Secondary example is isopropyl alcohol, CH3CH3OH. This carbon is secondary, so it is isopropyl alcohol. The example of tertiary alcohol is this tertiary butyl alcohol. This tertiary butyl alcohol, the carbon is attached to 3-methyl group. Now coming to dihydric alcohol, as I told you, dihydric alcohol means having two OH groups. It is ethylene glycol. Here two OH groups are there. We can say this is the example of dihydric alcohol, vicinal dihydric alcohol, as the two OH groups are present on the adjacent carbon. Okay, its name is ethylene glycol. This is the example of geminal. Here some mistake is there. This hydrogen should not be there because carbon is valence is 4. Two OH groups are there and one methyl and one hydrogen. Please exclude this hydrogen. This is not there. And two OH groups are attached to the same carbon. That's why it is the geminal. But geminal alcohols, dihydric alcohols, are unstable and easily lose the water molecule and get converted into aldehyde. Here there is a loss of water molecule. This OH and this H, water molecule has been lost and we get corresponding aldehyde. Okay, then trihydric alcohols, as the name indicates, three OH groups are there. It is the example of trihydric alcohol. Its name is glycerin or glycerol. Its IUPAC name is 1,2,3 propane-triol. Three carbons are there, so it is the derivative of propane. And at 1, 2 as well as 3 position there are OH group, that's why it is 1, 2, 3 hyphen propane triol. Then polyhydric alcohol, as I told you, the polyhydric alcohols are the alcohol in which there are more than 3 OH groups. It is the example of the polyhydric alcohol. Its name is sorbitol. How many OH groups are here? 6 OH groups. That's why it is a polyhydric alcohols. Okay, so what do we learn in classification? That monohydric alcohol, dihydric, trihydric and polyhydric are the examples, different classes of alcohol. Monohydric alcohols are further classified into 3 categories: primary, secondary and tertiary. And dihydric means 2 OH group, trihydric means 3 OH group, polyhydric means more than 3 OH group, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6. Okay. Now coming to the nomenclature of alcohols. This is the common system of nomenclature in which you have to, as usual, you have to count the number of carbon and 3 carbons are there, so it is a propyl alcohol. OH is there, so alcohol, and as it is the straight chain of carbon, so it is called as N-propyl alcohol. Now let us have a look on IUPAC nomenclature. While calculating, giving or deputing the name of IUPAC name to the alcohol, again we have to count the number of carbons. For example, in this case, how many carbons are there in a chain? 4 carbons are there in a straight and long chain. So it is a butanol. Butane, it is the derivative of butane. So replace E by OL. So it is a butanol. What is the position of OH group? It is on second position. So it is 2-butanol. Or you may say butan hyphen 2. 2 is the position of OH group. OL stands for alcohol. So 2-butanol or butan-2-ol. Okay, and you know that you have to give the number from left or right side. It depends, so that the functional group, whatever may be the functional group, should get less number. So I have given the numbering from this side. It is 2-butanol or butan-2-ol. What is the IUPAC nomenclature of this compound? As I told you, you have to count the total number of carbons in the chain. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are there, so it is a propane. Replace E by OL as it is alcohol. So now it is a propanol. What is the position of OH group in this chain? 1, 2, 3. It is on the second position, so it is a 2-propanol. Next is this compound. You can see here 3 carbons are there in a chain. So 3 carbon means it is a propane, and OH group is present on second position. So it is 2-propanol or propan-2-ol, and at the second position there is a methyl group again, so it is 2-methyl-propanol. Okay, this is the table showing the common name and IUPAC name of some compounds. Let's start. CH3OH, methyl alcohol is common name, methanol. CH3CH2OH, it is derivative of ethane, so ethyl alcohol or ethanol. CH3CH2CH2OH, it is N-propyl alcohol. Its IUPAC name is 1-propanol or propan-1-ol. 1-ol, not AL, OL. It is the derivative of again propane, so it is isopropyl alcohol because OH group is present on secondary carbon. Its IUPAC name is 2-propanol or propan-2-ol. Here 4 carbons are there, so it is a butane, butanol. It is the longest, it is a long and straight chain, so N-butyl alcohol. IUPAC name is butan-1-ol. Here 1-butan-1-ol or 1-butanol. Here OH group is present on second carbon, so it is secondary butyl alcohol is the IUPAC name, common name, and IUPAC name is butan-2-ol or 2-butanol. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there, so it is isobutyl alcohol. In an IUPAC nomenclature, you have to select the same longest chain. 3 carbons are there, so it is the derivative of propane, and OH group is present on first carbon, so it is propan-1-ol, and 1, 2 at the second position methyl group is there, so it is 2-methyl, METHYL, methyl propan-1-ol. Similarly, this one, this is tertiary carbon, 4 total carbons are there, so it is tertiary butyl alcohol, common nomenclature. In IUPAC, as I told you, you have to select the 3 carbons, you have to select the longest chain of the carbon, so it is propane. At the second position methyl is there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2-methyl propan-2-ol. Okay, so hope you understand this IUPAC nomenclature and common nomenclature as well as classification. Now moving to the next. Dihydric alcohol, I already told you about this, that having 2 OH group. It is the particular example of ethylene glycol. What is the IUPAC name of ethylene glycol? 2 carbons are there, so it is the derivative of ethane. at 1 and 2 position, there are OH group, so it is 1, 2, 1, 2, ethane diol. It is the IUPAC nomenclature. We have to study this dihydric alcohol in detail, glycols. Okay, now start with the methods of preparation of ethylene glycol. You can prepare this ethylene glycol from ethylene dibromide on treatment with sodium carbonate. You can treat ethylene dibromide with sodium hydroxide, you will get the ethanol. These are the very simple reaction. I am not giving the most trace on this. We will look it fast. Then you can prepare glycol from ethylene. It is a two-step reaction. Ethylene first converted into ethylene oxide by oxidation in presence of silver catalyst. This is a balance reaction. We get epoxide, which is also called oxirane, and then on treatment with hydrochloric acid, ring opening reaction takes place and we get the glycol. Okay. Then third method of preparation is from the hydroxylation of ethylene. Ethylene on treatment with aqueous alkaline KMNO4 or osmium tetroxide undergoes oxidation to give ethanol, CH2OH. It is a bond, sorry, it is not plus sign, it is a bond, CH2OH. Ethylene glycol is obtained. Okay, by this method one can prepare glycol. Instead of alkaline KMNO4, osmium tetroxide can also be used. Okay, from ethylene diamine on treatment with nitrous acid, we can also prepare the glycol. Okay, so next is the reaction of glycols. All these are the methods of preparation. Now we have to study the reactions of glycol. Again, we will quickly see the reactions. Ethylene glycol on treatment with acetaldehyde, there is a loss of water molecule. This water molecule is lost and we get this cyclic ether. That cyclic ether is called as acetal. As it is the derivative of acetaldehyde, it is called as a cyclic acetal. If you treat ethylene glycol with the ketone, we get cyclic ring, ethereal linkage, which is called as a cyclic ketal. Okay, or commonly you can call this derivative as a cyclic acetal. Okay, so remember again, ethylene glycol on treatment with acetaldehyde or acetone gives cyclic acetal or cyclic ketal. Then dehydration reactions, different catalyst at different heating condition gives different products. See here, heating with concentrated sulfuric acid, glycol on treatment with sulfuric acid get converted into 1,4-dioxane. It is a 6-membered ring having 2 oxygen atom at 1 and 4 position. It is a 6-membered ring and oxygens are present at 1 and 4 position, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 1,4-dioxane. Heating with anhydrous ZnCl2 zinc chloride. By using anhydrous ZnCl2 zinc chloride, there is a dehydration takes place. First we get this vinyl alcohol. Remember, this is a vinyl group. CH2 double bond CH single bond. This is a vinyl group. And OH is attached, that's why it is vinyl alcohol. That vinyl alcohol undergoes ketoenol tautomerism to give acetaldehyde. In ketoenol tautomerism, this hydrogen is shifted to this carbon and this pi bond is shifted here and we get acetaldehyde. Okay, so glycol first convert to vinyl alcohol and vinyl alcohol then converted to acetaldehyde. Then heating alone at 500 degrees Celsius without any catalyst, there is a loss of water molecule. This water molecule is lost, this oxygen is also lost. Remember, this OH and this H is lost and we get ethylene oxide. The 3-membered ring in which oxygen is sandwiched between 2 carbons is called as epoxide or oxirane. Remember, this reaction is very important. Then fourth is when ethylene glycol is heated with concentrated phosphoric acid. In that case, sorry, here there is no bond. It is one molecule of ethylene glycol. It is another glycol molecule. There is no bond here. Okay. So 2 molecules of ethylene glycol are treated with the phosphoric acid. Here dehydration takes place and we get diethylene glycol. Okay, then we are discussing the reactions. Now the next category of the reaction in which carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place, that we have to discuss. See here, ethylene glycol on treatment with HiO4. What happens? It is a periodic acid, or sometime you can take lead tetraacetate also, periodic acid or lead tetraacetate. Here this carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place along with the removal of water molecule, and we get here 2 molecules of formaldehyde. See, this carbon-carbon bond cleavage takes place. This is one molecule of formaldehyde, this is another molecule of formaldehyde. This is formaldehyde molecule. What are the reagent? Remember, HiO4 and lead tetraacetate. Then next is oxidative cleavage by lead tetraacetate. I already explained you. The same reaction is here, only the difference is that there we have taken the example of glycol. Here it is the substituted glycol, where one of the hydrogen of both the carbon is replaced by alkyl group. Accordingly, we will get the aldehyde other than formaldehyde. If you use ethylene glycol, we get the formaldehyde. If you use substituted glycol, then you will get aldehyde. That's it. Okay. Same example is given here, as I have mentioned in the previous slide. Okay, this is all about the classification of alcohol, then IUPAC and common nomenclature of alcohol. After that, we have discussed the method of preparation and reactions of ethylene glycol very quickly, in short. Now in the next lecture, we will discuss about the very important reaction which is the characteristic of ethylene glycol, that is pinacol-pinacolan rearrangement.